Hi, so I made this video a few days ago, and it's me counting down my top 5 films from this semester's film course. I'm really excited to let you guys see this, so without further ado, let me just jump right into it. Hello everyone, I'm super excited about this. Oh my goodness, I couldn't contain myself. I don't know why, but today I'm gonna try out something way new. I'm gonna not do the usual me with with the camera on and analyzing a trailer, usual. But today, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but I'm super overexcited right now because I am going to talk about my film studies. I'm doing film in English at university, and maybe that's too much information, but I'm studying film, and I'm super excited to get into this because I really love this course, as I do all my courses, of course. And yeah, so last semester we did cinemas basically from when cinema was kind of invented, late 1800s, until the end of World War II. I knew a few films. I knew a few films from last semester. Now, let me show you a few examples. Some of the Lumiere stuff. I knew Casablanca, and I had also known about Modern Times, and the rest, some of the rest I knew by name. One of them, Citizen Kane, I had never seen it, and I had finally watched it now, and that's crazy. So yeah, those were really the big ones. But this semester, I knew nothing. So I was basically in the dark for most of, I think, all of the films. Didn't know what they were about, didn't know, basically what they were about, or, where they came from. Anyways, and so, it was a real surprise when, I really enjoyed, most of them. So, these were the films studied. Let's go into the listing. So, we have Romantique d'Aperte, Les 400 coups, Saturday Night, Sunday Morning, The Belle of Algiers, Die Ehe Maria Braun, The Cold Summer of 1953, Die Bleierne Zeit, Do the Right Thing, London, and Waltz with Bashir. I love how I'm butchering the German, and it's my mother language. Okay, let's move on. So, I don't know what the next slide is, so you'll have to bear with me. So today, I'm going to count down my personal top 5 films from this semester, and if you're a student who studied the same thing as well, I challenge you to a video off. I challenge you to do your top 5 and tell me why. This is really cringy, but do it. Okay. This is basically based on how much I enjoyed it and how good it was, the both of them mixed together, so it's really biased, but that's that, I'm not saying these 5 are the best films of the semester. I'm saying these are the ones that I like the most. And this, ladies and gentlemen, known by default, this is my number 5. Die Bleierne Zeit. Marianne and Juliana, I spelled it wrong probably. But that doesn't matter because you don't see my spelling right now. Anyways, yes, this film. Yes. This is one of the few films on the course with a female lead. Actually 2 leads, and that's kind of understandable, as men were mostly the center of attention as main characters, and females, I'd like to say, were always secondary and are objects and prizes. So this film, this was not only a great film, but this film and the course also reminded me of what feminism actually is. Reminded me, I already knew, but it's really hard nowadays. It's not what people think it is nowadays. Nowadays, feminism has basically become synonymous to sexism, which is really sad. I mean, reclaiming the word is probably not going to work against all the social justice warriors out there, and even worse, those that actually think that radicals represent all of the marginalized groups. Okay, I get it. You don't feel like females are a disadvantage in modern society, and I can probably do a whole video about that. I'll do a whole video about that. I mean, we're making progress, but there are so many things that are still stereotypes and binaries. I'll skip over this because I'll do a video on it. This film I enjoyed because it explored radicalization and the spectrum of feminism and activism in general. And it really goes to show that everything is kind of on a spectrum. You can be radical or you can be diplomat. You can be, you can be all over the place. Both sides have their flaws. Both sides have their positive points. It's really something that you need to, find a balance. So yeah, it's all about choices and how to act against injustice. So although the film itself is rather old, as it's not a 2017 blockbuster, let's say, it's perhaps never been more relevant, I'd say. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. So that's all my Germans out there. Next up is all my French people here. Les 400 coups. Oh my goodness. So I don't know why, but I knew this was going to be a great film before we even got into it. We had seen a few scenes in the semester prior, and I was like, this is gonna be a good film. And it was. And, yeah, that was really my favorite from the moment we saw it. Personally, the thing is, I adore coming-of-age movies and also, school films taking place in school. And as such, this hit the gold, Yeah, it was incredible. Not to mention that it was French, so that's that. And it's all about cinema, in general, about life in those days in Paris. And the ending is very emotional, and not to mention ambiguous to the future of the main character. And, let's be honest, I enjoyed the last scene so much that I couldn't help myself, okay? I had to recreate the scene just for the sake of it. So, I'm just gonna let you watch that. Yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. What a beautiful... you don't want to know on what I edit my videos. Really, you don't want to know. And now we're coming up on number 3. Drum roll, please. The Battle of Algiers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Shouldn't be that positive about it, but I loved it. Sorry. I enjoyed it so much. Listen up, fellow students. Your jaws are gonna drop when I drop this mic. Watch this. I enjoyed the movie so much that I read the readings in advance, and merely out of curiosity, not because I had to. Now I challenge you to top that enthusiasm in cinema. So yes, I actually did that. I was so enthusiastic about it that I did a submission for it a week in advance, and then I had to cram up my actual submission on the very same day because I had forgotten, because I love this movie so much that I actually just skipped the film that we were actually doing that week. Sorry. I love this so much that I had, around the time we watched that movie, I had the idea for this top 5 video, and I was like, well, number 1 is Battle of Algiers, that's set in stone. And to be honest, it's been super hard to move it down, and it's actually been really hard to number any of these because they're all so great movies, and it's really hard to just put them on steps of oh, this one's better than that one because of this. It's it's not that. It's very nuanced. It's on a spectrum, one might say. So again, I'm finding a theme in these top 5, by the way. It's funny. So again, this film is about the balance of 2 point of views on the spectrum and those differing views. And again, also, this whole debate about what it is to be right and what the right course of action is. It's a film about action, but I wouldn't consider it an action film, as the few first moments might suggest. It's really just it's a film that gets you thinking about violence and perhaps reverse your expectation, allegiances, and whatever your point of view might have been when you started watching. And I really enjoy. Let me just add that I really enjoy films that might present an other group in the beginning, but then makes you go more towards the other group, or maybe balance it out. Bit like Avatar. Also, the guy here in the poster and everything reminds me of the the guy from Avatar, the bad guy. So again, there's also this thing, so I think there's a interesting parallel that I just thought of, so I'll probably be making a video, or at least a review on my blog about that. Stay tuned. Hello, Future Me here. I'd just like to add also that the Battle of Algiers really struck a chord with me because, as you might know, I'm in the middle of writing a few novels, and one of those is a story which is very much related to the Battle of Algiers storyline. So it really struck a chord with me, and so I really wanted to watch it again to really see how I can use that to inspire my book further and to help with the narrative as well. Oh gosh, we're coming up on number 2 already. This is going quicker than I thought. I wanted to make like a 2-hour version of this, and I actually did plan to write excessive amounts on each movie, but the only reason that's not the case is because I wrote some of it today, and I couldn't wait to film it, and I had to film it now, so I'm doing it now, and I'm gonna hate myself later, but I'm just doing what I'm loving right now, so at least that's making me happy, regardless of if I'm gonna put this out there or not, which I probably am, because there's no way I'm gonna do this again. So, it's not like the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I did that one time, and then I had to do it all over again because I wasn't recording. So, number 2, please, another drum roll. Thank you. Ta-da! Waltz with Bashir. I watched this film yesterday. Wait, no. What am I saying? I watched that film today. I watched this film this morning. It's for this week. It's the last week. So this was literally the last film. This was literally the last film of the course. And last week I was like, oh, I really want to get this top 5 video out now. But what if the last week's video film makes it to my top 5? Well, good thing I waited, because it really did. It made it to the top 2. It made it to the 2nd place. Gosh, this might be influenced because I just saw it recently. Because I remember being super enthusiastic about 400 Blows, Les 400 Coups, and now it's kind of faded away because I haven't seen it in a while. So this might be quite biased on when I've seen it. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. The visuals are stunning and aesthetic, and I'm gonna get hate for this. It gave me personally like an anime kind of vibe. But yeah, it's not anime just particularly, it's just, animated in general, which makes sense because it is animated, I'm sorry. So I'm really looking forward to read on it and learn more. It's also narratively very moving and talks about deep subjects in a very, in a quite unconventional way. And it's also very interesting to look at how it portrays memories, as that is what drives the narrative, and I love me some memories, man. I love when there's like a visualization of the mind, which is what one of my novels is all about. Yeah, I'm calling it a novel. I'm an author. An unpublished author. I love getting ahead of myself. The ending is ever more shocking as the viewer realizes, spoiler alert, not really, but kind of, that this was an experience that actually happened as the animated turns into real footage, and that kind of gives this... I love the animation and how it... I really want to see it again, and I watched it today, so that's saying something. That is saying something. I really want to watch it. Oh my goodness. So, as we're at number 2 right now, can you also notice the color scheme? It's so beautiful. Oh, I loved it so much. It reminded me of Persepolis and something else. I can't remember what the other one was. But something of the likes. Hi, me from the future here. I forgot to mention this as well. That in Waltz with Bashir, the music really caught me. The main theme was amazing. And I noticed that it was composed by Max Richter, who did this song called On the Nature of Daylight, which I really, really love. So that was also like a point where it was like, oh, this is cool. So yeah, back to Past Me. So we're moving on to number 1 now, but before we get quite there, as usual, to put up the hype and to get that 10-minute mark on YouTube, we're going to do some honorable mentions. I'm sorry if I spelled this in American English I am a professional English student, and I am an author of multiple novels. Sorry. Alrighty, let's go. 2 honorable mentions we have. We have The Cold Summer of 1953 and London by Keeler. So on the summer of 1953, what I found most interesting, well, it was kind of aesthetic, I found, and it wasn't really that boring as I thought it would be. You know, as a film student, as a professional film student, you go into every film thinking, this is gonna be so boring. None of them turned out to be boring. Maybe except for one, but I'm not gonna say which one, because no, I'm just kidding. So, summer of 1953, I think the most interesting aspect of it was learning about the political context, and, just the historical context, because it was very, very much, reflecting on the times, and on everything that was happening. I really want to, get back into that and learn some more. I love me some history. And the other one, London by Keeler. Both of these, by the way, they both almost made the top 5 cut. The London essay film reminded me of my coming out video I did the same week that we studied that. So go check that out. So basically, it's footage and narration, and I super duper loved it. And so it really inspired me to do more of them. And gave me the brilliant idea of doing useless essay films. I've already had the idea of doing useless essays on a blog. That blog, to this day, is still void. It has nothing in it, and I just keep in mind I created this in first or second year of high school, which means it's been silent and dead for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, it's been harsh, you know. Also, my blog is kind of dying again, so I really need to write something. YouTube has been taking everything out of the blog. Anyways, are you ready, everyone? No one is excited as I am. I'm so sorry. Are you ready for number 1? Please. Drum roll! Come on, guys, come on. Let's give me some drum roll. Let's get some clapping. Oh my goodness, the best film. I don't know if I should call it the best film, but I don't know. It's just okay. Without further ado, I'm just gonna get it on here, get it on the screen. Number 1 film, my number 1 film from these 11 films is. Yeah, that's the. Here comes someone. Do the Right Thing! Yeah! Okay. Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee. And trust me, it's not just about the pizzas. I have to say that when we watched the film, I was really hungry, and it was really painful to watch all the pizzas, but that is not why it's on number 1. It's political, it's always relevant, it opens up discussions about the roll credits, what is the right thing to do, as we've seen with some of the other top 5. Apparently it's something I like, personally. It's controversial, it makes you think about yourself, and again might reverse your initial thoughts and point of views, as might Battle of Algiers. The cinematography is innovative, and gets you into this altered way of seeing. It's well rhythmed, there's much attention to the dialogue as characters change their behavior and speech depending on the person that you're speaking to. It is the perfect film to just enjoy, and on the other hand, a perfect film to analyze and discuss. And yeah, in that way it is perfectly balanced. Yeah, all of these 5 films, I really want to see them again. And I'm really also excited to watch it with others who haven't seen it and ask them about what they think. Before I go and leave you to check out my other videos, #self-promotion, I just wanted to add some minor criticisms to some of my top favorites. Of course, we talked about this in class as well. A about female representation and Do the Right Thing, and the Battle of Algiers, a kind of underrating of female involvement in there. They're not really active. So that's one of the criticisms I'd have. I think otherwise... See, that's why I should have planned this video more, because I did have planned to do like a bit of criticism of my favorite films of the top 5, but as it is, I did not. So I'm gonna leave this here. Let me know what you think. If you've seen these films as well, please tell me what your top 5 were. If you've done if you did the same course, tell me what your top 5 are and why. Might change my opinion, so I might have to do another video. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what comes next in film-wise, and I will gather all the information that I can about how these films were made and what makes me enjoy them and what films others might enjoy and how they're created, as to help me and help anyone else, you know, with filmmaking. And basically, yeah, I'm just gonna soak it in and let these films inspire me to create movies. Exciting! Yay! That's what film students do! So, yeah, I definitely might do some more in-depth analysis of maybe scenes or trailers or anything really, or just plain out useless essays on films, you know. Just let me know. And that's about it. I'm sorry there's no camera. You're looking at a black screen right now, right there, a dark screen. There's nothing to see. It's super boring. I know. But yeah, so this is ample space to self-promote my other videos. Here they are. Ha 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 ha. Go check them out and subscribe. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's because I'm an aspiring YouTuber. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think. Cheers.